I know I'm lying in the middle of a street right now, but when you're passionate about something, you need to lie on a street to be able to get that idea out there. So the golden days, man, don't we all wish that we knew when we were in the golden days? And I feel like for a lot of us, the golden days has been something that's been fleeting our grasp. It's been slowly getting further and further away from what it feels like the golden days are. And I really feel like the golden days is something that my generation experiences as stuff that we're trying out for the first time, you know, like falling in love for the first time, getting girls for the first time, going out for the first time, you know, driving to the other side of town to like meet somebody, whatever it may be. Like the golden days comes from experiencing things for the first time. And that's nowadays just kind of starting to slowly fade away. But I had this realization, guys. I'm sitting outside of my parents' house, and I soon feel like it's my time to leave this house. I feel like it's my time to move out. And it's beautiful weather right now in the middle of January, which is very unheard of for Toronto. And I had an amazing bike ride, and I was just thinking about, man, the moment I move out of this home, no matter what, I'm gonna think about these were the days. Like, these were the days. Like, think about our parents. Imagine what they feel about us, like being our age. They'd be like, I would do anything to be 20 again, anything to be 24 again, anything to be any age that is young, you know? And, you know, your parents' home just sort of brings you that security, that safety. And the moment that you move out, I feel like it's almost gone in a way. Even though it's a new chapter of your life, you're still gonna reminisce on those times like, man, you grew up in that time. If you're worried about growing up, you grew up in that time that you spent at your house. But you know, the golden days doesn't have to be something that you just reminisce on, that you just miss. I mean, look, here's something that I've been thinking of recently. When's just the last time you actually just like, not to sound cringy or cliche, but like, when's the last time you gave yourself a hug just because of how far you've come? Like, I was thinking about this, like, out of all the experience I have now at my age, I'm still that same kid that I was when I was fat and insecure and riddled with acne and had no friends, got no girls. I'm still that same person. I've just like overcome my insecurities, overcome my adversities, and became the person I am now. Like, I'm that same person that wore two hoodies when I couldn't afford to buy a jacket in the winter. I'm that same person that wore like extra padded clothing because I was too cold and I couldn't afford a jacket. I would go to middle school like wearing these like two ugly sweaters because I was like, I know it may sound weird to you, but like, you're that same person. Everything that you've been through up until now, you're that same person. And like, I know I kind of segued off the golden days in a bit, but look, you've come so far to just be reminiscing about the past. Like, you are and you were the past, but you are the now. So appreciate how far you've come. That's basically what I'm trying to say, because like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm not anything special. Like, I'm a kind of a regular guy, but I've faced my hardships in my life and I've gone through stuff in my life. And it's like, it's led me to this point now to where I have this YouTube channel that I just speak my mind on. And I want to find people that can relate to this feeling. And this feeling is something I know people feel. So let me know if you feel this in the comments, because you're not alone with this thought. Well, I hope I'm not alone with this thought. So let me know. But, you know, when your parents' house, man, I'm looking at it right now. Like, I grew up here. I became who I am here. So if you're worried about the golden days being over, like, man, just appreciate what you have. I had a friend of mine. I call him like my little nephew. He's much younger than me. He's like a family friend. He told me, he messaged me the other day. He says, man, high school sucks. High school sucks. I'm like, what grade are you in again? He's like, I'm in grade 11. And I said, bro, listen, we normally joke around, so I said, listen, I'm not joking around with you when I say this, but high school is the best time. It's the best time. It's not the best time of your life, but it is such a unique, special time. Like, appreciate it. He said, man, I have so much homework. I'm like, I know you have so much homework, and I know it sucks, but just enjoy it. Make the most of it. Like, and that's the thing, is that everything that we have right now is taken away because of something else that thing brings. Does that make sense? Like, we all know how great high school was, like, and how unique that was. Whether you had a bad experience, we know high school is like fundamentally pretty good, you know, like it's a good time. So it's like, we all know how high school could have been. We all know how good high school was, but I feel like we were never so conscious of it in the moment. Of course, you know, and I hated school. I hated doing homework. I hated the fact I had to get good grades. I just liked to be the class clown. But like, that's the thing. These things take away from high school as a whole. So what you're experiencing right now, just like, you know, it's easy to think about high school when I'm at the age I'm at now in university and be like, oh, you know, university sucks because I have to do all this work. I wish I was in high school, but I'm not paying attention to the moment of me being in university. Does that make sense? And like, oh, you know, you can make this reference for everything. You can say, oh, I hate living with my parents. They tell me what to do. But it's like, yeah, but you live with your parents. That's like the best thing in the world. That's priceless. The fact that you live with your parents. So when I say the golden days, like, really just like be conscious of the moment that you're in now. Like, what era are you in now? You know, we all have eras. I've had plenty of eras. I've had weird eras, cool eras, whatever eras. What era are you in now? Because every era you can always reflect on. You always look back on, oh, remember when I was in that era, bro? Remember when I was in that era? You're like, yeah, that was a crazy era. And man, I look back at my eras and I'm like, wow. Those were the days. Those are the days. So, you know, we're all in an era right now. Like, I'm in last year university era. You know, I'm in almost about to move out era. You know, it's like an era of a little bit of uncertainty. But man, life is filled with eras. Life is filled with little moments that we need to be conscious of. Life is filled with these little pockets. You know, these little pockets of, they're like chapters. You know? So, what chapter are you on right now? I'll end it with that. Anyways, guys, appreciate you for watching. Love you all. Peace and love. Ciao.